friends, it's Melissa here with Team Bugz, and I am so excited to be reviewing the best single to double strollers of 2025 with you. These are strollers that convert from a single to a double and so much more. Let's dive into these best sellers here at Bugz. I'm so excited to be reviewing our best-selling single to double strollers here at Bugz with you today. We're going to be going through your UPPAbaby Vista V3, your Silver Cross Wave, the Parago Ipsy, the Cybex E Gazelle, Bugaboo Kangaroo, Bugaboo Donkey, and the Baby Jogger City Select 2 Eco Stroller. All of these strollers start as a single stroller and can be built up into a double stroller or even a triple when you add a ride-on board at the back. They are all full-size strollers, meaning you're getting those big wheels, you're getting a nice full-size toddler seat, a big canopy, a big basket to bring all of your, diaper bags and accoutrements and treasures that you pick up in your adventures with your family. One of my favorite parts about this video is also how we showcase each of these strollers as a travel system with an infant car seat on top. We're also going to show you what they look like in double mode. So don't miss any moments because we're bringing you all the tea. At the end of this video, we want to hear from you. What stroller are you going with? Because we've got some goodies in the mix. Let's get into the UPPAbaby Vista V3. The stroller weighs in at 26.7 pounds. Your toddler seat can accommodate a child up to 50 pounds. RumbleSeat, which is your second sibling seat going on the front, can accommodate a child up to 40 pounds. And the big old basket at the back here can accommodate an additional 30 pounds. Now, in the box with your UPPAbaby Vista V3, you are getting your stroller frame, your toddler seat, your bumper bar, your canopy, a rain shield, a bug net, and a storage bag. The storage bag is great because when you go through, maybe a period of not using the stroller, or if you're traveling with it, it's a really nice way to kind of keep all your pieces together, safe and sound. Now, on the UPPAbaby Vista, it has just so many incredible features. You've got of course, a great telescoping handlebar. You have a really nice full coverage canopy with the zipper extension, which has a mesh peekaboo panel here, as well as another one at the top up here, which is great for keeping an eye on babe and also airflow. In the toddler seat itself, you actually have a magnetic buckle, which is super easy to use. You have a no rethread harness with your shoulder pads. You've got a great little bumper bar here, which you can easily open and close when your toddler is loading in and out. And one of the really cool things that they've added to the UPPAbaby Vista V3 is this all-season seat cover lining. So this is a really nice lining. It helps to protect your babe from the wind and colder weather, keep them nice and cozy. But you can actually remove this in warmer months to reveal this mesh seat back, which I personally love when it is super hot in the midst of the summer. It's nice to just really maximize that airflow and any breeze that you can get to your little one. So a really great feature addition on that UPPAbaby Vista V3. With your seat, you can also adjust the footwell and calf support. Of course, you can flip your seat to face the world or face parent as we are setting up here. And you do have lots of nice recline positions. I do feel that you get a pretty flat recline here. Now let's talk about your from birth options on the UPPAbaby Vista V3. So you have three primary options to play with. First, you can use this toddler seat from the 3-month mark. You can purchase an infant insert that you can put inside the toddler seat and have it in this most reclined position to actually use the toddler seat from birth with the infant insert. Your second way to use this stroller from birth is with an infant car seat. If you use it with an UPPAbaby Aria or the Mesa V2, you can actually put those seats on your stroller frame with no adapters needed, which is super handy and convenient. You can also use this stroller with the UPPAbaby Bassinet V3, which I'm gonna go through with you in a moment. The bassinet used to come in the box, but with the Vista V3, it's now sold separately, which really is intended to just allow families to configure their stroller according to their needs. Now let's take a look at the basket on this stroller because it is a phenomenal basket, definitely one of our favorite baskets. You've got a nice spring-loaded panel back here, which makes loading in your diaper bag nice and easy. The basket spans the entire length of that stroller frame, and it's got some extra pockets and drink holders here so that you can have great storage for all of your adventures. The UPPAbaby Vista V3 has a 2-phase suspension system, so you are getting a really nice push and just overall comfort when you are taking the stroller out, whether it be the sidewalk or a gravel trail. You have lock-off front wheels here, which are another handy little feature. One of the other things that I like about the Vista canopy is that you can actually push this canopy up by an extra couple inches to accommodate your child as they're growing, just give them a little bit more headroom up top. Now let's take a look at the fold. When you're folding your Vista, you're going to want to have your handlebar in that upright position so that you can actually achieve a self-standing fold. And when you are folded, these feet are actually here to protect your handlebar fabrics from touching the ground and getting damaged. So we've got our handlebar in the upright position. We're going to pull on the 2 triggers on the side of our frame and we are folded. Then when we are ready to go again, we're gonna just pull on that lock on the side of the frame, unfold the stroller. Then we can also pull our footwell back down, our canopy over, and you're ready to go. So let's actually take a moment to talk about the UPPAbaby Bassinet V3. While it is a separate purchase, we find so many families are purchasing their Vista because they do want to use a bassinet option, and this bassinet is rated safe for overnight sleep, which is fantastic. You can use this bassinet from newborn all the way to around that 20-pound mark, or once your child starts to be able to push up on their hands and knees. So with the bassinet, just to showcase some of the great features that it has, you can actually put it on your frame with no adapters needed, and it just has this one-touch push at the top of the handlebar when you want to take it off the frame. So super easy to move it around and to adapt it to your needs. You have a nice pop-out canopy here to give your babe extra protection outside, and you can of course pop your canopy down like so. You have a nice apron here, again, to protect your little one. And in the bassinet itself, you have a nice foam-free air mesh mattress, which is super easy to rinse clean, plus your mattress cover, which you can, of course, throw in the wash. In the bottom of the bassinet, you also have really great ventilation in the base itself. And at the front and back of the bassinet, you've got these additional ventilation panels, which you can pull down to really maximize airflow for your little one, which is a really great feature of that bassinet. So now let's turn our Vista V3 into a double stroller. So the things that you're gonna want in order to turn your Vista into a double are you'll want to purchase upper adapters, and you'll want to purchase your RumbleSeat, which is your second toddler seat. And when you purchase your RumbleSeat, it's actually going to come with the lower adapters that you need to set up your stroller. So we'll put those upper and lower adapters on our frame quick. So here we've added our lower adapters to our frame as well as our upper adapters. The upper adapters help you to get more space between the seats so that your little one can sit comfortably, and it also helps you to get that proper positioning for your bassinet on the bottom. So let's check out a few different configurations of our Mesa V2. So first off, I will pop our RumbleSeat, which is the second seat on the bottom of our stroller frame. Your RumbleSeat can actually accommodate a child up to 40 pounds, whereas the toddler seat up top can accommodate a child up to 50 pounds. So slightly different weight requirements there. Otherwise, the seats are very much the same. You're getting a large canopy and your bumper bar with an adjustable footwell and a no rethread harness. So this is definitely one of the most popular configurations for as your children get older and you've got 2 toddlers or big kids in your stroller. Now, let's say you want to use your Vista with a newborn child as well as an older child. Let's take a quick look at what that configuration looks like. So in that case, I'm going to pop my RumbleSeat off the bottom of the frame. I'm going to turn my toddler seat around at the top, And then our bassinet is going to go in this lower position down here. Now, when I'm walking out in my neighborhood and I see a family with a toddler and a newborn, this is definitely a super popular configuration to have your newborn in that bassinet. It just helps them to spread out a little bit more and have some extra space. Now, another way that you could actually use this stroller with a newborn and an older child is to have your infant car seat up top. If you use it with a Mesa V2 or the UPPAbaby Aria, then you don't have to have adapters, and then you could have your RumbleSeat in that lower position. This stroller is also a very popular stroller for twin families because you can easily use it with 2 infant car seats, as we see here, 2 bassinets, and of course, as your children get older, you can have it with the toddler seat and the RumbleSeat. Let's pop our RumbleSeat back onto our frame. With the Vista, of course, you can have your seats facing in very different directions. So I could have both seats facing parent, both seats facing the world, the seats facing opposing directions as we have here. But let me actually pop my toddler seat around and I'm going to show you the fold in double mode. This is one of the awesome things about your UPPAbaby Vista is that you can actually fold this stroller with both seats on. So I'll show you the fold in double with both seats on, and then I'll show you it with the seats off if you want an even more compact fold. So again, we're just putting our canopies in that upright position. We've got our handlebar pulled up, our brake on. We're gonna pull these 2 triggers on the side of the frame, pop our toddler seat down, and we are folded and ready to go in double mode. Now, if we want to get back into an upright position, you're just going to open that lock off on the frame, pop your frame out, your toddler seat back in action, and you're ready to go. So that was a super easy fold in double mode. Now, again, if you want a more compact fold, let's take a look at that double fold with the seats off. So take both seats off. I love how easy UPPAbaby has made to actually pull your seats on and off. Oh. This, and we are folded and ready to go. I would say that might be a bit more easier to load in and out of your vehicle, but if you're just looking for a shorter term fold in your garage, then with the seats on could be a great option. Now we've unfolded our frame. We're gonna pop both of our seats back on. Another thing that I really like about the UPPAbaby stroller is that they actually have labeled the RumbleSeat. Sometimes it's hard to tell which one's the toddler seat and which one's the second seat. So the fact that they've labeled the RumbleSeat just helps you know which seat to put in which position. And there we are with the UPPAbaby Vista V3. This, my friends, is the Bugaboo Donkey. It is the only single to double stroller that we will be reviewing today that actually converts to a double in side-by-side mode. So all of the other strollers are tandem, meaning there's a seat on the top and the bottom position, but this goes side-by-side and bonus, can still fit through any standard doorway in side-by-side mode. Let's take it from the top with some key stats. So the Donkey weighs in at 26.9 pounds. It includes a side basket that can hold an additional 22 pounds and the bottom basket that can hold 22 pounds. The toddler seat that you see here can be used from around that 4 to 6 month mark all the way up to 50 pounds. That being said, you also get a pram body fabric in your Donkey purchase. So you do have a from birth option with this stroller. I've got our pram set up here. You can use that from birth all the way until your child starts to push up on their hands and knees and around that 20-pound mark. So let's talk about what comes in the box with your Bugaboo Donkey. You're getting your stroller frame, your side basket, your bottom basket, you're getting a canopy and a bumper bar, then you're getting a seat frame. So it's actually a rectangular outline that holds either your toddler fabric or your pram body fabric. You get both fabric sets in the box with your Donkey, but you can have one seat set up at each time. So generally you're gonna start with the pram. Once your child gets to around that 4 to 6 month mark, you're going to convert your seat into a toddler seat. You also get a rain cover and some other great features with your Bugaboo Donkey in the box. Now, with your donkey, one of my favorite features about the donkey is in the canopy. Bugaboo has incredible canopies on their strollers. As is, we're already getting great extension, but then when you zip out for a full extension, that is really great coverage. You'll really appreciate this in colder weather months or when it's windy and rainy and you just want to protect your little one. You've also got this fold down peekaboo window or ventilation panel, whatever you want to use it for. The toddler seat can actually be facing the world as we have it set up now, or you can easily reverse to face parent using these trigger buttons on the side. I really find that their connection points are very easy. You can just easily clip, there's no fiddling around with the seat, which I can appreciate. Now you've also got multiple different recline positions in this seat to really optimize the comfort of you and your little one. In the toddler seat, you're also getting a no rethread harness. You're getting a nice pop-out 5-point harness, your bumper bar, and a nice footwell for your little one's comfort. Now, on the side of this stroller, you can see in single mode that we use it with a side basket. This side basket is great for your little runs to the grocery store, and it can accommodate 22 pounds. At the bottom, you've also got a nice big basket for your diaper bag, etc., that can accommodate an additional 22 pounds. Now, the maneuverability of the donkey is why it is a favorite by so many families. Even in double mode, you are just getting such great maneuverability with this stroller. Single to double strollers, in double mode, any double stroller can often get quite heavy and cumbersome to push. But Bugaboo has really mastered the push and maneuverability, so that is super easy on your caregiver to push this stroller around, whether you have 1 or 2 kids loaded in. Part of that is due to the all-terrain tires that you're seeing. You've got really big wheels, 12 inches on the back, 10 inches on the front, and you can actually lock off those front wheels as well. Now, let's talk about our from birth seat being the pram. So if I had swapped out my seat frame fabric to put on the pram body fabric, this is what it looks like. The pram is really nice and plush on the inside. You've got a nice mattress. That canopy from your toddler seat you would bring over to your pram. So you're again getting that really full coverage, which is great. And this ventilation panel is really nice for airflow for your little baby. You would pull over your bumper bar, which is great to use as a carry handle as well. It comes with an apron to protect your babe from the elements. And you've also got this great ventilation panel that they've built into the back of the pram here to maximize airflow to your little one. Another way that you can actually use the Bugaboo Donkey from birth is with an infant car seat. So if you purchase an infant car seat adapter and use it, we find people like to use it with a Kleckling or a Nuna Pippa to turn this into a travel system with an infant car seat. So lots of different ways to use the stroller from birth. Now let's talk about the fold on the donkey because it is a bit of a bigger fold, I would say, and I typically find even in single mode that I personally prefer to fold it with the seats off. So in this case, whether you've got the toddler seat or the pram in use, you're just going to take them off your frame. You've got these 2 trigger buttons on the side of your frame that you're just going to pull down. Then you are folded and ready to go into your vehicle. Now, when you're ready to unfold and get back in action, you're just going to pull up on this frame and kind of push the stroller seat out. Then you can pop your toddler seat back on, as well as your side basket, or we can turn this into a double right now. So to turn this into a double, there's 3 clips on your frame, on the handlebar, and the front and back at the bottom of your frame that you're going to open up. Then you've got this little white button right here. You're gonna push that white button, pull out on the side of your frame, clip back into place, and you are ready to go in double mode. Now, let's set it up first with our pram on one side and our toddler seat on the other side. This was definitely one of my favorite modes for my Bugaboo Donkey with my little ones. I loved just having them side by side, and I mean, it's just such an aesthetic look. You could also do a toddler seat with an infant car seat on the other side, which is another very popular way to use this. And then when your little one grows, you can also pop in your second toddler seat. Before I do that though, one of the great things about the Bugaboo Donkey is that it is an excellent twin stroller because you really get two fully functioning sides of this stroller. There's no difference in weight capacity or in configurations with two children of the same age. So I'm just gonna show you quick what it looks like with two prams on the frame because I do love this option for twin families. So of course, when we're transitioning from a single to a double stroller, you're going to want to purchase that duo extension kit, which allows you that second seat. Then you're just going to use either your toddler seat fabric or that pram fabric. In this case, I'm now getting into double toddler mode. So I've got my two toddler seats on. The great thing about this is that both seats can accommodate up to 50 pounds. So you're getting really equal weight distribution on your stroller between the two seats. Doesn't matter which seat your child pops on. You're also getting a same size canopy. You're getting the bumper bar, a no rethread harness. So a really identical seat between the original and your second seat, which is really nice. Again, the maneuverability in double mode just cannot be understated with this stroller. It is definitely one of its best features and a way that the Donkey really is set apart from the rest. Now with the fold, let's do a fold in double mode. I am definitely going to be taking off my seats. So I've got one seat off, take off the second seat. Then we can fold the stroller the same way. So right now I've got the frame extended into double mode and I can easily fold in this mode, but if you do need a more compact fold, you can always condense your frame down into single mode just to lighten up on the usage of space in your trunk. So using these triggers on the side of our frame again, we're just going to fold our stroller in and we are folded and ready to go. Now when we're ready to get back in action, you're just going to flip your frame out like so and pop our toddler seats. In this case, let's say my kids are fighting one day. We want them to be facing opposite directions. And that is how easy it is to convert and maneuver your Bugaboo Donkey. One of the latest, newest stroller platforms is the Bugaboo Kangaroo, which we are looking at here. Now, unlike the Bugaboo Donkey, which extends into double mode as a side-by-side, the Kangaroo extends from a single to a double tandem style, which is where you would have your seats stacked stadium style. Now, the Kangaroo weighs in at 24.4 pounds. Your toddler seat in the upper position can accommodate a child from around that 4 to 6 month mark, all the way up to 50 pounds. Now, similar to the Donkey, the Kangaroo comes with an interesting configuration capability out of the box. So in the box with your Kangaroo, you're going to get your stroller frame, your seat frame, it's kind of a rectangular shape, and then you're going to get your pram body fabric set, as well as your toddler seat fabric set as we have here. You're going to get a bumper bar, a canopy, and you're also going to get infant car seat adapters, which is a pretty cool little addition to the box there. Now, with the toddler seat for this stroller, you are getting just such an amazing canopy coverage. I love Bugaboo's full coverage canopies. Like, that is great extension, really nice to protect your little one when you're out and about if it starts to rain or if it's a windy day. You've also got a nice peekaboo ventilation panel up here at the top. Inside the toddler seat, we have a no rethread harness. We have our bumper bar, which can easily be pulled away for easy loading and unloading of your child. You've got a nice 5-point harness. You've also got an adjustable footwell, which is unique to the Kangaroo stroller over other Bugaboo strollers. With your wheels, you are getting that great suspension. You're getting all-terrain capability. They are foam-filled tires, so you're never gonna need to inflate them with air, and you have lockable front wheels. One of the things when Bugaboo announced that they were launching the Kangaroo that I was most interested in was whether or not the Kangaroo would have that same one-touch push that we know and love with other Bugaboo strollers, especially the Donkey being a double. I can safely say that the maneuverability of the Kangaroo is honestly incredible. At the bottom of the stroller, we have a nice big basket that also has additional pockets, which is great for storing your adapters and such when you're on the go. You have an adjustable handlebar, and you also can adjust the position of your toddler seat, of course, to be either facing the world or facing parent. This is facing parent mode. Clips in really nice and easy, and then when we're ready to turn it over again, you just clip those buttons on the side. Now let me show you the fold. I prefer to do this fold in with the seat off. I do find full-size Bugaboo strollers just fold better with the seat off. So it's kind of a fold like you would have on the Bugaboo Fox. We're actually just gonna jam that handlebar down, pull it in, and you are folded and ready to go with your toddler seat and your stroller frame. When you're ready to use your stroller again, you're just going to flip it out and then pop your toddler seat back on, and you're ready to rock. Now let's talk about our from birth options with the Bugaboo Kangaroo. So I mentioned that the stroller does come with infant car seat adapters, which are included in the box with purchase. So that is great to pair. We often see people pairing a Kleck Ling or a Nuna Pippa on their Bugaboo Kangaroo. Another way that you can use your Bugaboo Kangaroo from birth is with that pram that is included in the original purchase of your stroller. So I mentioned that you get your seat frame, and then you get a pram body fabric set and a toddler seat fabric set. So you're going to use one seat at a time. Typically, you're actually going to be starting in this pram mode. You would use this from birth until your child is around that 20-pound mark, or until they start being able to push up on their arms and legs, at which point you're going to transfer to the toddler seat. Now on this pram, because you're pulling that canopy over, you're getting that really nice full coverage to really protect your babe in the elements. You're also getting this nice ventilation panel built into the back. And you also have a couple pockets up at the front here. The pram fabric is made with this antibacterial, really nice and a plush mattress. So just a really nice, comfortable environment for your little one, and also includes this apron, again, just to protect your babe when you're out and about. So now let's take a look at turning this Bugaboo Kangaroo into a double stroller. It does have some rather unique kind of configurations and ways to convert this. So first up, when you are turning your Kangaroo from a single to a double, there is this connection piece here in the midpoint of your frame that your seat or your pram sits on. When you want to go into double, you're going to open up that adapter and flip it around. That helps to create the right spacing for your seats. It's basically like some strollers, how they have upper and lower adapters. They just have this built-in adapter, so you don't need to worry about carrying it around with you because it's just built into your stroller, and you just flip it one way or the other when you're ready to use. Then when you are wanting to use your stroller as a double, you'll always purchase a sibling seat. So that sibling seat can accommodate a child up to 40 pounds. It has a slightly smaller canopy than you have on the toddler seat, but it is still full coverage, and it does have that extension, and it comes with your bumper bar. So in this case, I'm just going to pop out these second seat covers that I have to turn my frame into a double. Then I will pop in these adapters. Now we're ready to set up in double mode. I'm going to show you a couple different options off the hop, just so that you can get comfortable with how to use this stroller in different ways. First up, let's set up our pram on the bottom of our stroller frame with our sibling seat on the top. So your sibling seat can go on the top or bottom of your frame. Your toddler seat, the one that comes in the box, would have to only go in that upper position. But this is one way to stroll with two kids of different ages when you've got a newborn and a slightly older child. That being said, Bugaboo did something really cool. They recognized that so many families really wanted to have their newborn closer to the parent. So what they've done is they've actually created this upper adapter. What this upper adapter does is it helps to provide the right balance and spacing in the stroller so that you can actually have your pram in that upper position. So I'll take the pram off first. Then we're gonna take our upper adapter. Again, it's weighted, so it helps you to get that proper positioning and balance of the pram on your stroller frame. Then you're gonna pop your pram onto that adapter with your sibling seat in the bottom position. So this is a really great configuration for your little ones when you have one child, when you've got a from birth option at the top and an older child at the bottom. That being said, if you don't care about the placement of your pram and you want to save on buying the upper adapter, you only need that if you want the pram in this upper position. If you're happy with the pram in the lower position, you don't need to go that far. So this mode is great for 2 kids when you've got a baby and a toddler. Another great configuration is to, again, take those infant car seat adapters, pair it with your infant car seat for a really great travel system double stroller combo. So as your little ones grow and you are ready to go into double mode with 2 big kids, here's the view with our toddler seat on top and our sibling seat on the bottom. Again, this toddler seat in the upper position can accommodate a child up to 50 pounds. The sibling seat on the front can accommodate a child up to 40 pounds. You can see that there are some differences in the canopy, but this sibling seat really is still getting a great full coverage canopy, and you're getting that bumper bar and adjustable footwell on both your toddler seat as well as your sibling seat. Now, one of the really cool things that I love about the Kangaroo is that on the base of the basket, it actually includes a visual of all of your different configurations and how to make it happen. So that makes it very user-friendly and easy to figure it out in the moment with your little ones as to how to get the optimal stroller setup for your little fam. Now, let's take a quick look at the fold. Per usual with my Bugaboo stroller, I am going to fold with my seats off. I'm just going to pop them off and set to the side. Then we're going to just fold our stroller frame down the same way that we did in single mode. We get a nice compact fold there. Then when we're ready to stroll again, you're gonna flip your frame out, put our toddler seat in the upper position, our sibling seat in that lower position. Now I've got them facing opposing directions. And you're ready to rock with your Bugaboo Kangaroo. All right, my friends, this is the Baby Jogger City Select 2 Eco Stroller. It's actually made with tensile fabrics in your canopy and toddler seat, which are super soft and thermoregulating. But let me take it from the top with some of our key stats. So the stroller weighs in at 26.7 pounds. Your toddler seat can accommodate a child from that 4 to 6 month mark all the way up to 45 pounds. And your second seat, when added, can accommodate a child up to 45 pounds. The basket at the bottom can also hold an additional 15 pounds. Now, some of the things about this stroller is it's a tandem single to double, which means when you add that second seat, it's gonna grow by having that second seat in the front position versus as a side by side. Let me show you some of the key features of this stroller. So you've got a great telescoping handlebar, leatherette detailing on both the handlebar and the bumper bar. Your toddler seat in here has a rethread harness, which means you're going to be rethreading it as your toddler grows. You do have adjustable footrest and calf support with your footwell down here. A nice full coverage canopy with a peekaboo window. I notice on the City Select 2 Eco, you don't have that additional zip out, which many strollers do have, but it is still a full size canopy. Now at the front here, you can see we've got our never flat front wheel suspension. These front tires do not lock off, so that is a good thing to know about this stroller, though I do find it still has great all-terrain capability and it does often feel a bit more rugged. Some of the other things that I'll mention are this basket. So with this basket, you're getting, again, that 15-pound capacity at the bottom, but you've also got this additional zip out panel, which just helps to give you more access and more space in this basket. It's got these mesh side panels as well, which is quite nice when you need to, shove a bigger diaper bag in there and kind of get creative with your use of basket space. Now, let me show you the fold on this one. You can, of course, fold the stroller with your seat on or off, but I do find it's got these great levers on the side of the frame to just fold the stroller down. You're folded, ready to go. And then you've got this lock off on the side here that you're just gonna open to unfold. So that was super quick and easy. One of the other things that I would love to show you about this stroller is the toddler seat recline. You are getting actually a really great recline on this seat. I think it goes back really far, which is really nice for those naps on the go with your little one. And then you do have multiple positions in between your most reclined and your most upright. You also can flip this toddler seat around to be facing the world or facing parent. It's a super easy adjustment, as you just saw. Let's talk about our from birth options for this stroller. So you can actually use this stroller. Most commonly, it's paired with the Baby Jogger City Go infant car seat. So that's where you're purchasing infant car seat adapters and your infant car seat separately to turn this into a travel system. You could also use it with a Baby Jogger pram, which is another great option to use the stroller from birth, as this toddler seat can really only be used at that 4 to 6 month mark. Now, let's get into the stroller as a double. So I've miraculously acquired my second seat kit, which is going to be sold separately, to turn this single stroller into a double. To make that conversion, there's just these 2 tabs on the side of your frame that you're going to pop out, put them in your basket so that you don't lose them. Then you're going to put in your second seat pegs. These actually come in the box when you purchase your second seat kit. Now that we've got our second seat pegs in, we are just going to pop our second seat on the front of our frame, and we are ready to go into seater mode. One of the things that I really like about the Baby Jogger City Select 2 Eco is that that second seat is the same as your toddler seat. So you've got that same 45-pound weight capacity. It can also go in any position. You can easily swap the positions of the seat, so it doesn't matter which one's on the top, which one's on the bottom. One less thing to think about with all of the other things that you need to think about as a parent of 2 toddlers at this point. Now, when you purchase the second seat, it comes with your canopy, and it's going to come with your bumper bar as well. Now let's talk about your from birth options for this stroller in double mode. So if you're expecting baby number 2, baby number 1 is a toddler, you're going to want to add a infant car seat to the top of your stroller frame. Again, we've got it here with the Baby Jogger City Go infant car seat. Another option is to actually use a pram and have a toddler seat in the other position, so you can do that. If you are a twin family looking at this stroller, then you're going to want to use this stroller from birth with twins with 2 infant car seats. You cannot use this stroller with 2 prams, so that's something that only affects a few of you, but is good to know all the same. Now, when we are folding the Baby Jogger in double mode, you cannot fold it in double mode with both seats on. So what I like to do is you can either take one seat off and then fold your stroller, which is the same as the single fold that I showed you just a moment ago, or you can take both seats off to get your most compact fold, then just fold the frame itself. So this is what I often would do in my vehicle, because once you pack these on top, you're able to get a nice compact setup for your trunk. Then when you are ready to rock again, you can just pop our seats out. Oh. Get our seat back on the frame in our upper position, and then in the lower position, and then we are ready to go. You can see I've changed my configuration, so I'm now parent facing in this high position and facing the world in the lower position. And that, my friends, is the Baby Jogger City Select 2 Eco Stroller. Now this is the Cybex E Gazelle S stroller. Now I could have shown you the Gazelle or the E Gazelle, but they're quite similar, so I'll point out the differences of the E Gazelle, but otherwise the strollers are virtually the same. So one of the big differences is weight. The E Gazelle weighs in at 32.4 pounds. Your regular Gazelle without that E functionality and that battery is a few pounds less. Now, with your Gazelle stroller, you are getting a toddler seat that can hold up to 50 pounds. You are getting an upper basket, which can hold up to 25 pounds. Of course, your stroller frame, your lower basket that can hold an additional 30 pounds, and you're getting a rain cover plus infant car seat adapters in the box. Now, one of my favorite features about the E Gazelle is that you can customize this stroller right away in some cool ways. So as you can see here, I've actually got my basket in this upper position. If you don't feel the need to be using this basket or you forgot it in the house one day, you can actually just adjust the configuration of these upper adapters on your stroller. Pop your toddler seat into this higher position, and then really stroll kind of in a traditional stroller mode that you might be used to seeing. So I love that you can do those two modes right off the bat. Now from birth, you can use this E Gazelle in a couple different ways. So I mentioned that it comes with your infant car seat adapters. I'll show you what it looks like here with the stroller, your infant car seat adapters, and a Cloud G Luxe infant car seat on top. I love using the Cloud G Luxe because it has that lounge mode, which extends the legroom and torso space of your child's infant car seat when installed on the stroller or the floor to give them just more freedom, movement, and comfort. Now, you can also use the E Gazelle and Gazelle strollers from birth using a cot. So I'll show you here what it looks like with the cot on the frame. This is such a great solution. The cot can be used again until around that 20-pound mark or when your child starts to push up on their hands and knees. So let's take a look at some of the other great features of the E Gazelle. You of course have a nice adjustable handlebar. You've got a full coverage canopy with extension. I love some of the detailing and fabrics that they use on this canopy just to add a little bit of creative flair. You've also got a nice no rethread harness in your toddler seat, a nice deep bumper bar, and I like that they've actually done this one pull harness on your harness system for your child. So this means, you know, as your child buckles in, sometimes you want to have a bit more space. You don't know if they're wearing a coat one day or a t-shirt the next day. So you keep your harness straps nice and loose, and then you can use this one pull system to actually tighten your harness straps once your child is in, kind of like you would with their car seat. I like that feature. You've also got your nice adjustable footwell here, and at the back, you've got your big old basket. So this basket is massive, and you can actually see, I love that they've added in these configurations similar to what we saw with the Bugaboo Kangaroo. You've got all of your different configurations and how to set that up in the base of your basket, so it makes it no muss, no fuss. You've also got instructions on how to use this e-assist functionality, so I will show you that in a moment. So this shopping basket is definitely one of the really cool features about the Gazelle. I also like that it's optional whether or not you use it, but it's a nice deep basket. It even has a zippered side pocket and a nice carry handle. With your toddler seat on your stroller, you can of course have your seat facing the world or facing parent, like so. You also have multiple recline positions on that seat. You're gonna use your toddler seat from around that 4 to 6 month mark up to, again, that 50 pounds. With your suspension on this stroller, you are getting front wheel suspension with lockable front tires. So really great stroller to be, you know, pushing on this Canadian terrain that we have. Now I know you're here to take a look at this e-assist functionality. I've admittedly made up the term e-assist because it really just helps to assist a parent in so many ways. So first I'm gonna lock my stroller because I wanna show you what it's like to use rocking mode. So you have 3 main modes of this e-assist functionality. You've got rocking, you've got uphill and downhill support, and then you've got flat terrain support. So with this rocking mode, you'll just turn on the e-assist functionality of your stroller, which is built right into your handlebar here. You'll make sure that your stroller is locked, and then you press this rocking horse and it will actually cause your stroller to rock, which is super cool. I really like using this, especially when you have that cot or that bassinet. You know, you wanna stop and have a little coffee, but your babe needs movement in order to continue snoozing. Definitely such an incredible feature to give parents that break that we all deserve, don't we? Now, the other functionality of this e-assist that I'll show you is that pushing on flat terrain. Once you're on in this e-assist mode, you've got this trigger at the bottom of your handlebar. When you engage that trigger and push your stroller forward, it basically gives you extra power and momentum. So if you just hold that trigger, you can move your stroller forward at a rate of 4.5 kilometers per hour. Of course, with a little pushing of your own to support that, you're able to just alleviate the overall, strain of pushing a fully loaded stroller yourself. When you're going up a hill, you can only imagine how helpful that is, because it really does help to absorb some of that weight so that you're not having to heave a stroller with 2 kids up a very steep hill. When you're going downhill, you can actually push the toggle the other way, and it helps to create drag in your stroller so that you're not having to kind of run after your stroller or lean your whole body back as a caregiver to maintain control. So there's the crux of the e-assist technology. Now let's take a look at the fold of the E Gazelle. So first of all, I'm just going to put up my canopy, flip my seat down. Then you've got 2 buttons on your handlebar as well as a trigger on the side of your frame here. You're just gonna push those 3 pieces together and you have a really nice fold. Now to unfold your stroller, you're just gonna pull on that lock off, open up the base of your stroller, and there you go. Now you saw that this stroller I can pretty easily fold with the seat on. So in most cases in single mode with my toddler seat, I would probably do that. In a moment, I'll show you a double fold, in which case I will take the seats off. Speaking of, let's get into double mode. So when we're ready to get into double mode, the nice thing about this is that you don't need additional adapters, and your upper adapters to really create that proper spacing between seats is built right into the frame of your stroller. So you've got this upper adapter, which has 3 different positions. They match those positions that are on the base of your basket, showing you, how to get the right setup for each of your stroller needs. So here we're going to pop our toddler seat onto our upper adapters in that higher position. And then we're also going to pop our second seat into this lower position. And now you can see we are ready to go in double mode. Some things to note about the double mode of the E Gazelle and the Gazelle S strollers are both seats can accommodate a child up to 50 pounds. So no differing weight requirement. Both seats can also go in each position. So doesn't matter where you position your 2 toddler seats when using in this method. With your second seat, you're of course getting your bumper bar, your canopy, that's a fully loaded seat that you're getting there, which is great. For families with twins, you can set this up with 2 infant car seats or 2 prams. And if you have children of different ages and you need a baby option plus a toddler option, you can have your toddler seat in this lower position with your infant car seat on top, which is a really great configuration we see many families using. Or you can also have it set up with your pram on the upper or lower position and your toddler seat in whichever position the pram is not in. So let's take a look at my fold of the E Gazelle stroller. One of the unique features of this stroller is that it can actually be folded in double mode with both seats on. I do find it to be a bit of a bigger fold, so I'll show you both with the seats on and off. First, I'm going to put my higher seat in a folded down position. I actually like to keep this second seat in an upright position to get a more compact fold. Then I'm going to use my jam fold here, and we are folded in double mode. So this is your double mode fold, and when we are ready to rock again, we're just going to unlock the side of our stroller, pull the frame out. You'll need to just pull this lower seat forward a bit to pop your toddler seat up. And you're ready to go again in double mode. Now, let's say we want a bit more of a compact fold. In that case, you're just going to fold your seat fully over, take it off your stroller. Same for your toddler seat in the upper position. One thing that I really like that Cybex has done is they've actually added this carry handle to the seat. So it makes it easier to just move your seats here, there, and everywhere as you're kind of loading and unloading your vehicle. Now we're just going to jam our frame in, and that is our fold in double mode. You can see we definitely are getting a more compact, easy to maneuver fold in that double mode without the seats on, but it's nice to have options. So when we're ready to unfold, you just open up your stroller frame, put your seats back on. And we are ready to stroll again with our Cybex E Gazelle S stroller. Now let's get into the Parago Ipsy stroller. I really like this stroller. It has some very luxurious finishes, and one of my favorite features is that it has a slim profile design at only 20 inches wide. So if you're looking for a narrow stroller, this could be the one for you. Now with your Ipsy, this stroller weighs in at 22.6 pounds. The toddler seat can accommodate a child up to 50 pounds, as can the sibling, second, companion seat, whatever you want to call it. It can also accommodate a child up to 50 pounds. The basket on this stroller can hold an additional 15 pounds. One of the things that I really like about this basket is that it has a nice big zippered compartment at the front here, which is a great space to stash your extra adapters or an emergency diaper. Definitely always have one of those in your stroller. Now let's take a look at some of the kind of key specs and features of the stroller frame and seat. So you have a nice adjustable handlebar here. You have really nice leather detailing, and I like that the handlebar has these little feet on it, which helps the stroller to be in self-standing mode when folded without compromising the finishes of this leather handlebar detail. So it really helps to protect that. You've got a nice full coverage canopy here with an always open peekaboo window with that canopy extension. In the toddler seat itself, you have a rethread harness, I think it's a pretty wide seat considering the stroller itself is only 20 inches wide. You've also got a bumper bar, which you can easily open and close. One of the other cool things about this stroller is that you do have an adjustable footwell, but it's not, a rotating adjustment here. You can just pop out the footwell when you have your seat in a reclined position to give your child some extra leg and calf support and just help them be a little bit more comfortable. Now, taking a look at those reclined positions, you do have multiple recline adjustments. I think there's 3 reclined positions with this seat. And of course, like the other strollers that we've reviewed today, you can easily pop your seat into parent facing mode or facing the world. So we're in parent facing mode here. When you want to use this stroller from birth, so technically Parago does say that this stroller can be used from birth with the toddler seat. Personally, I would use this stroller from birth with your infant car seat adapters, which are included in the purchase of your stroller, and an infant car seat. I really like it with the Parago Nido 435K infant car seat, which you're showing here. And you can also use this stroller from birth with that bassinet attachment. So those are both sold separately, but great from birth options with this stroller. The bassinet, however, when used with the Parago homestand, is rated safe for overnight sleep. So that's a really nice way of getting extra versatility and utility out of your bassinet by being able to use it both in the home and on your stroller. So when you are ready to travel with your Ipsy stroller, you have a really nice fold with the toddler seat on in single mode. If you want to see the fold with no seats on, then pop on over a couple minutes where we'll show in double mode with the seats off. But basically you've got these 2 triggers on the back of the seat that you're going to pull up to flip your seat over. Then underneath your stroller, you're going to pull on this frame to compactly fold it into a self-standing fold, which is great. Now let's unfold your stroller, opening the lock on the side, flipping your handlebar over, your seat back up, and you are ready to rock again in single mode. So when you are ready to turn your Ipsy single stroller into a double, you're first going to purchase your Parago Ipsy adapter kit. That's gonna come with your lower adapters and your upper adapters. When you are installing your upper adapters, you're gonna have your seats off and your stroller folded. That's how you get that proper access to your frame. Your lower adapters are just going to go onto the lower portion of your frame. So we've got both of our sets of adapters on, and then we can put our toddler seats back on our frame. As I mentioned at the beginning, your toddler seats are essentially the exact same seat. So you can put them in either position and both seats can accommodate a child up to that 50-pound mark. You can also change the configurations of the seats, of course, to be facing parent, facing the world, facing opposing directions, facing each other, you name it. The Ipsy can be customized to your needs. So this is our setup in toddler mode, or with 2 toddler seats on our frame. If you are using the Ipsy from birth with 1 child and then an older child, you can have your infant car seat on the upper position or your pram in the upper position with a toddler seat in the lower position. For all of our twin families out there, you also can use 2 prams in the upper and lower position to accommodate your adorable little babies. So you're ready to fold up your Ipsy stroller in double mode. Now, I prefer to do this fold with my seats off. So again, I'm gonna use those seat triggers just to fold my seat down more compactly, taking it off the frame. Same for my upper seat. Then you're just going to fold your frame in the same way, reaching under for this pull bar, flipping over, and you have a nice fold. You can either have this in self-standing mode or, of course, laying on the ground. When you're ready to unfold, you're just going to open your lock off, flip your frame over, then pop your toddler seat. I'll flip it around so we can get a different view. Put your toddler seat on the top, your other toddler seat on the bottom. And you are ready to go again with your Ipsy in double mode. Now let's get into the Silver Cross Wave. This is definitely on the higher end of the strollers that we're reviewing today, but one of my favorite parts about the Silver Cross Wave is that it can actually be turned from a single to a double with everything you get in the box. So it's the only single to double stroller that we're reviewing today and that Snuggle sells that can be used as a double out of the box. So we'll get more into that in a minute. But to kick off our top line stats, the stroller weighs in at 26.6 pounds. Your toddler seat can accommodate a child up to 55 pounds. Your tandem seat, which is that second seat at the front of the stroller, when attached, can accommodate a child up to 44 pounds. The basket at the bottom can accommodate an additional 33 pounds. Now, one of my favorite things about the Silver Cross brand is their efforts in sustainability. So the fabrics on the toddler seat are actually made with recycled plastic bottles. There's 56 recycled plastic bottles in this toddler seat, and there's actually up to 75 recycled plastic bottles in the bassinet. So I really like that they are, really working hard to reuse materials from the environment. So let's talk a bit more about this stroller. I'll showcase some of the great features. You've got your standard adjustable handlebar on the Wave. You've got a nice full coverage canopy on this toddler seat. You also have this additional extension. This canopy is made of like a pretty heavy, especially this front part, a pretty heavy and durable fabric, which is quite nice. You have your peekaboo window at the back with a mesh ventilation panel. In the toddler seat itself, you have a nice belly bar. You've also got a rethread harness with a magnetic buckle system. You have really nice plush fabrics in the Silver Cross Wave. So in the Wave, you actually get this bamboo seat liner. You can change sides. So you've got one side that's a little, flatter and another side that's more velour. This is made of bamboo and it just really helps to thermoregulate, provide additional comfort for your babe. I wish you could feel it through the screen because it is so soft and luxurious. You have an adjustable footwell on the toddler seat of this stroller, and of course your leather covered belly bar. Now, I really like the big basket that you get on your Silver Cross Wave. It has really nice access and a deep compartment for when you really need to jam your diaper bag down in there. You have lockable front wheels and all-wheel suspension on this stroller, and just an overall great push. Your Silver Cross Wave is going to come with a bassinet that is rated safe for overnight sleep in the box, as well as your toddler seat and your stroller frame. Silver Cross is actually launching a Wave 3 in 2025, and that's going to come with a tandem seat as well in the box. So definitely some great value adds, and you know, a one-stop shop when you're getting your Wave. Now let's take a look at how to flip your toddler seat around on the Wave here. You're just going to pull up on these levers. You can of course have your Wave facing parent or facing the world. We're in parent facing mode now. You've got some really nice recline positions on your seat. This toddler seat can be used from 6 pounds up to that 55-pound mark. And when you want to use the seat from birth, or your from birth options with the stroller are to, of course, use it with your bassinet, which you're going to use from newborn all the way until your child reaches around that 20-pound, or until they are starting to push up on their hands and knees. Or you could also use it with infant car seat adapters sold separate and an infant car seat. So we often see people pairing, you know, a Nuna Pippa on their Silver Cross Wave. Now we've actually got our toddler seat right now in a higher position, which we would typically have definitely in double mode, or if you just want your little one to be a little bit closer to parent. But you can also flip your upper adapters around on this seat to have your toddler seat then just in a slightly lower position, which is just a nice way to adapt your stroller for your needs. Now, when we are looking at this bassinet, as I mentioned, is rated safe for overnight sleep. It comes with your bassinet apron, your canopy, and it has a really nice mattress in here that is very plush and comfortable for baby. I also love in the bassinet that you have these ventilation panels built into the base, as well as these bassinet feet that help to keep it off the ground and just keep that airflow moving around your little one. Now let's take a look at the fold of the Silver Cross Wave. I definitely find that I prefer folding this stroller with the seat off, but I will show you both modes for today. So first of all, I'm going to kind of tuck my canopy into the frame here. Then I will push my handlebar down. I'm going to pull up on these two triggers and press this trigger button on the side of my stroller frame, and then you just pop your stroller frame down. Now, as you can see, that's a pretty big fold, so you can easily take your toddler seat off to get a little bit more of a compact fold there, like that. I'm going to pop my toddler seat back on the frame, which you can do either in folded mode or once you're already unfolded on the Wave. Then we've got a lock off on the side of our frame. We just open that up, pop our stroller up, and we are ready to go again with the Silver Cross Wave. So now let's get into double mode. When we are converting this stroller, we're just going to flip those upper adapters over that we had previously turned. This is built into your stroller frame, so whereas on some strollers you need a separate adapter set, on the Silver Cross Wave you can just flip these upper adapters over, and you also get your tandem adapters in the box with your Silver Cross Wave. So we will pop these tandem adapters onto the bottom of our frame here. And now we can set up in double mode with our bassinet on the bottom and the toddler seat on the top. So let me show you that configuration, and voila, there we are with our toddler seat on the top, bassinet on the bottom. I mentioned with the Wave 3, you're actually gonna get that tandem seat in the box. Your tandem seat is gonna go on the front or lower portion of your frame. So if you wanna have two bigger toddlers in your stroller, that would be how you want to stroll. With the Silver Cross Wave, you can also have an infant car seat in the upper position with your tandem seat in the lower position. If you want to have your bassinet up top in the upper position, then you would need to have your tandem seat in that lower position. In our current setup, we've got our toddler seat on top, the bassinet on the bottom. The toddler seat is always going to be in that upper seating portion of your frame, never in the lower seating portion. Now let's do a quick fold with the Wave. Whether or not you are using the bassinet or the seats on your frame, you're definitely going to want to take your seats off the stroller frame to get the most compact fold. So first we'll take our toddler seat off, then our bassinet or tandem seat, whichever you are using. Then we're going to do that same fold that we had in single mode. So just pulling up on these two triggers on the side of the frame, popping down our frame as such, and voila, we are folded. When we're ready to stroll again, you're just gonna open up that lock off. I do find this fold pretty simple because while it's not the most compact, the frame really just folds down on itself. Then you pop your bassinet back on your frame, toddler seat back on the top. And voila, we are ready to go with the Silver Cross Wave. So I'm back here with all my babies, and I wanna know, which kid's your favorite? Which stroller do you like the best that we've showcased today? Or if you have one of these strollers, what do you think about it? Let us know in the comments. I love seeing some of the conversations that go on in our YouTube comments. They give me so much joy. And you know, at the end of the day, our goal here at Bugz is to instill confidence in families navigating the early stages of parenthood. And a big way that we do that is through stroller and car seat education. So if you're looking to go deeper on any of these strollers or even dive into some of the seats that we reviewed today, definitely check out the Bugz YouTube channel. We have so much information to really help you on your journey, individual product reviews, side-by-side product comparisons if you just want to compare two things. Definitely there to give you all the scoop so that you feel totally confident at the end of the day. And pro tip, don't forget to add your stroller and your car seat to your Bugz baby registry to really maximize the perks and the payouts of that registry at the end of the day, even if your mother-in-law's offered to buy your stroller for you. Still put it on that registry. Trust me, you won't regret it because you'll win at the end of the day. Now, thank you so much for joining me. We'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Thanks for sticking around.